We'll continue the progression. Today's a little bit more tempo down for us today, being the fourth day. This is the same schedule we've used throughout the week for the Kansas City week. Worked out well for us in terms of having the guys fresh and ready to go. So, we'll fly down obviously tomorrow, but today we'll kind of spit shine some things up and go through some adjustments, corrections as a team. But
Logan, where are we with him?
Yeah, as of right now, we're placing him on COVID IR. I'd say, when you're on that, obviously you can't play. Is there a small chance that he could still test out and be available? There is. We're preparing for all the situations of not being available, as well as if he turns around at the last minute and he is, we'll prepare for that as well.
Does that include, like a standby ticket to Tampa on Monday morning?
It would. It absolutely would. Yeah, so if he, clears as late as Monday morning, we'll get him down there and have him ready to play.
So all he has to do is test twice negative in a 24-hour span, correct?
He needs two negative tests, two consecutive negative tests within a within a span right there. It's a little over 24.
24
Yeah,
apart.
24 apart.
So that would go through all next week too, right? Talking
It
about
would,
the
yes.
Eagles game.
So the testing would continue all the way through next week as well.
Is he asymptomatic?
I'm not going to go into the specifics of any player's illness, just so I don't have to sit here and break down for each guy individually. Obviously, if there were symptoms for any player, I'd put him in a different category.
What's the impact if he can't play? Because I know you're next man up, but he does stuff that isn't just the way he plays between the snaps, with all the disguising, especially against a guy like Brady. Just what's the impact? Can Julian duplicate that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we work on between Jules and Zay and those guys right now, and JR and different guys playing the safety position for us. They prepare every day for that. So again, we talk all the time, but we don't lose any of our players. However, when we do, we have to be prepared for the next man to step up and execute accordingly. And these guys prepare hard. So Jules, Zay, JR, all the DBs have been getting together a little bit extra, working on communication, and make sure we're on the same page. Had a good day of practice yesterday. We'll go out here today, have some teaching periods built in, as well as have some, correction periods. Make sure we're ironed out anything we had issues with.
Logan's still working virtually with the room?
He's been in virtual meetings, and then obviously he can't be out here with us in the facility.
Are you planning to activate Andrew?
Thomas, we're going to see how he comes through and see how it looks right here. I'd say, yesterday was a good day for him. We're going to see how he comes out today and really how the next couple of days go right here. We do have more of a window right now to see where he's at. I'd say the next 48 hours will be big, not just in seeing how he came out of yesterday's practice, but also how his body's recovering and how we think he's going to be able to go out there and repeat and sustain for a duration of time on Monday night. So seeing how his body reacts the last couple of days will be big for us the next couple of days.
What are your expectations for Saquon, the possibility of him playing on Monday?
He's actually in the same boat as Andrew right there in terms of having a good week of practice, trending the right way and really progressing for us. The next 48 hours will be big in terms of seeing how his body responds and what we think it'll look like for Monday night.
If I'm not mistaken, Trent Harris is out of elevations. So will you guys sign him to the roster? Because he's had a pretty big game day role.
There's a possibility. We have a number of guys. We have some open roster spots right now. There's a number of guys who have made contributions for us at different positions from the practice squad. So we're evaluating a lot of things based on different players' health right now at different positions. And we'll make those final decisions. Being a Monday night game gives you some more flex time to go up to Monday and make those.
Carried fewer than 53 guys the lap couple weeks. Is that cap related? Were you just saving a few bucks? I mean, what's the thought process between not just filling all 53?
A lot of times there's just the opportunity to flex guys back up, in terms of going to get them off a window. Other times we have more opportunities to flex guys up off the practice squad, so it's not a necessity to necessarily put somebody on the roster. There's been different reasons for all of them right there.
Is Lorenzo back in the building yet?
He is not. No, he is not. We're checking on him, in terms of how he's feeling today and see where that progresses to.
Is Ellerson, so no Lorenzo, maybe no Trent Harris. Is Ellerson ready to play? He played special teams. Is he ready to contribute at outside linebacker?
Well, he's been working hard and making progress. So we're pleased with the way he's working and getting out there. Obviously there's some guys that are a little bit older with some more experience, but we do like the way he's progressing right now. It was unfortunate this guy missed a significant amount of time, didn't go through training camp with us. Missed the first part of the season being with the team, but in the last few weeks being out there, I think last week was really big for him. In those couple of practices we had with the younger guys, getting out there and get some extra coaching, extra technique work, and some extra competitive situations. You've seen him grow in just that short period of time. So we'll see how it progresses going into Monday night.
Do you have any stories about what it was like being behind the scenes with Rob Gronkowski for such a long time? He's obviously such a unique personality. I'm sure you interact with him quite a bit.
Yeah, actually, I got a lot of stories. I'm not going to share a lot of them. I think the thing about Rob that kind of goes unnoticed is, this guy he's really an extremely hard worker. And, you know, he really does prepare the right way. And the way this guy takes care of his body, the way he prepares on the field. You know, I know there was a lot made earlier this year, some comment about talking about watching tape. Like, look, I know Rob's prepared for games. I've been in there with him. This guy does study. This guy does prepare. He does work. He's a great teammate. He's a great teammate. And, you know, everyone's got, you know, their side they can let their hair down a little bit. I think the thing that people miss on Rob is, you know, when he walks in the door, how much business it really is. And he really comes to work every day. So a lot of fun with Rob. A lot of great memories with him. Wish him the best of luck. We're going to compete against him this week.
So you're obviously expecting him to play, and if he does, how much does he change the look of their offense?
Well, I think we have to anticipate the possibility based on him practicing this week with the team and being a full participant the last couple of days. So that's something we have to look at as coaches and say, okay, what's it going to do? How's it going to alter? And then the first thing you start with a guy like Rob is, okay, situationally, where's it going to impact the offense? How are they going to use him in the right area? How are they going to use him on third down? How's it going to be a factor in 2 minute? What do we think they're going to do with this guy maybe coming off injury, different than when, you know, earlier in the season when he was healthy? We have to factor in all those things right there. But I'd say in terms of, you know, his relationship with the quarterback down there is obviously very unique. There's a lot of experience between those two. They've made a lot of big plays throughout the years. It's obviously, you know, you've got that kind of relationship with the receiver. You can expect in critical moments to see those guys be targets.
Hey, one more. Joe, we've seen him in the building a little bit. Nick Gates, you know, he's sort of been out of sight, out of mind for a while. How's he doing? You know, you had a pretty dire forecast for him last we spoke to you about him. I think, you know, have you seen any improvement? Is it too soon to know what his future holds?
Well, I know he's working hard and doing everything the doctors and medical staff ask of him. You know, he's really started getting back into meetings with us. And for a while, he was really limited in how much he could be around, you know, in the building, around other players, things of that nature, while some of his, you know, was healing up. But he's at a point now where he comes in, he's got his rehab schedule, obviously, with the trainers. But then also throughout the day, he's in our squad meetings, he's in the offensive install meetings, he's active with the offensive linemen, going through the mental and the communication. And I'd say, yeah, look, whether it's Nick, Pep, you know, Pep just had his surgery, Blake Martinez, you know, these guys who are critical parts of us, Shane Lemieux, he's another guy that's in that mix too. These are really big-time leaders for us, you know, and these are guys that are, you know, foundational pieces for us in this program. And these are guys that have done a good job on the field for us, but the thing that you don't always see is how involved and connected they stay off the field. You know, we had a captain's meeting this morning. I actually brought in, you know, a bigger group today of, you know, different guys from different leadership aspects of the team, talk to them, you know, and there's, you know, Nate Edmer and Blake sitting right there at the first two seats. And you see those two guys right there, and, you know, when they're full go, you know, they're obviously on and off the field impact. When they're not full go, then these are guys that still have impact throughout the locker room in terms of staying engaged and keeping guys moving mentally, and then also keeping guys on the right track in terms of how we're thinking as a team. These guys have done a great job for us. You know, having Nick in the meeting rooms, you know, you always notice the eyes looking back at you. Nick's got very distinct look on his face when you're talking. You know, he's a guy that wears his emotions on his sleeve, so you can see as you're talking, you can tell right away, you know, how receptive he is, how in tune he is with different things. And it's always positive having Nick in the meeting room.
Joe, I forgot to ask at one point, Dante Pettis, I believe he had surgery, I don't know, during the bye week or somewhere around there. What exactly did he have, and is there a chance he comes back this year?
So it looks like he won't be returning this year. It was a shoulder. I'm not going to go into all the specifics of that stuff in terms of, you know, extremely what it was. You know, I'd say Dante's a guy that worked extremely hard for us, made some impact for us. It was a shame to lose him. He's in there rehabbing right now, getting healthy. I think the biggest, you know, thing for him in the future is get healthy and be ready to, you know, contribute and compete for us as well.